Wei Shen looks so funny with his baseball cap. I just had to make that point there. And as you can see there, we have the RPG, and I'm using finger quotes for this elements here. We have a cop experience and triad experience. And as you unlock those levels, what you can do is, I want to show you, can I show you here? What you can do, come on, oh, I can't show you right now. But you can get these different little pop-ups here. So let's actually do this favor for the vendor really quickly, as that's what the game's asking us. It's basically tutorializing us once again to everything. So we'll offer some help.
Can you do me a favor?
Probably, yeah. What is it?
Mrs. Chu sent over some lunch, but I haven't paid yet. Can you take this back to the restaurant?
All right.
Well, that's pretty much the easiest favor that we'll ever do, because we're on our way back there anyways, so that'll make things nice and easy for us. So let's go back to the restaurant here. It looks like there's some fights and other things going on here. It's great to be in the night market. Let's, you know, one of my favorite things to do now, you can see, sneak up behind someone, press double B. You get yourself a ninja takedown. Isn't that awesome? I love that move. I'm going to be using that as much as possible on civilians and enemies alike if I have the opportunity to sneak up on enemies, so it'll be good. Wei Shen is obviously not the saint of Hong Kong, so it's not really going to bother me if I, you know, go and hit a couple of people on accident. Probably because it's, you know, it's a lot of fun that I have. And it looks like we have another fight here. Beautiful. Now we actually get tutorialized to the face meter, which you will see is basically a meter that fills up with every hit that you connect. And what it'll actually do is allow you to get some health regen, extra damage. You get a nice little sort of, people start getting afraid of you. And that'll be great because you want people to be afraid of you in this game, because as you can see, they run away, they do other things of that nature, and kind of like, I don't know, sort of an intimidation meter. It's really nice, and it's actually pretty funny once you start getting people scared of you, because they sort of cower and things of that nature. As you can see, that guy's cowering away from me. And there's other kung fu moves you learn in this game as well, that when you perform them, people will sort of back off in disgust at how amazing you are, and it's actually quite funny. There's an arm break move where people just like back off. They're like, no, 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 don't do it to me. It's really great. Oh, and there's also those grab moves that enemies can do where you have to press a button and it will allow you to break out of it. And normally it'll allow you to counter as well, so it's always nice and helpful there. Oh, I thought I was going to have to counter there. I have to counter here, though. Let's see if there's other things I can throw people into. Ah, we got another speaker to use here. I really do love the grapple moves. I didn't use them as I continued on in the game here, just because it kind of wasn't the thing for me, but this guy's kind of freaked out, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I couldn't throw you in there, that's fine. But I'll kick you on the ground. That seemed to have helped you. Oh, man. This combat is so much fun in this game. It makes you feel very powerful, because Wei Shen is pretty ridiculous, and as you heard the policemen sort of spoil, you're a pretty dangerous man where you were, and I'm hoping that damage upgrade was worth it. But anyways, we did ourselves a favor. Let's do this and return the money to Winston.
This is for Susan's lunch.
Thanks.
Pretty much the way you increase your face level as well is to complete the favors in the game. And there's also street races, which we'll get into later, that helps you increase your face meter. So let's go return to Winston his money.
You? Are you shitting me? So what'd you do?
Nothing. 真係乜都冇. I came straight to you. Didn't want to start anything major, but without you knowing, you know?
So get this. A couple years ago, this guy Ming came to me and asked me to look out for him while he did business. Special K mostly, but other stuff too. I thought, why not? Take a nice little cut for my boys, no problem. But this week, I sent Jackie here to pick up the envelope, and he tells my boy to fuck off. Apparently, he's friends with Dog Eyes now, so we can all go fuck ourselves.
You want me to make an example out of Dog Eyes?
That Gatan is gonna get what's coming in. Right now, I need someone to take care of me.
I believe this is actually one of our first full-blown missions, as you could play as Jackie here. I guess we have to go the other way out of this butcher area, but I believe we get to drive as well on this mission, which is kind of nice. But I'll explain to you a little bit about how the missions work. You saw how you got Triad experience. Oh, it looks like we're getting a phone call. Hold on one second. Are we getting a phone call? No, it's just sort of tutorializing us to the phone. It's kind of cool. You get yourselves intel, which is nice. You can read up on the various different characters, but right now we don't want to be on our phone. No texting and walking. Jackie, not Jackie, Wei. Anyways, as I was saying, you get Triad experience for doing violent things to people, as you saw us get those little triangles. But there's also the police experiences you saw, and the way you avoid losing police experience, for one, is by not hurting innocent people, like punching them or running into them with your car or whatever. But also, what you want to avoid is hitting things with your car. If you're driving, they call it property damage. So the less and less you do of that, the more and more you get police levels and you can level up faster. Anyways, let's talk to him, find out about what's going on with Ming.
Why don't you let
I'm looking for Ming. You know where he's at?
Yeah, he just passed the food stand around the corner.
And here we go. Now we actually have our full-blown mission here. Let's run by and confront Ming here. I'm guessing he's not going to be too happy.
You make it up for me tonight, and we got a deal.
嚇？我真係要咁做？
Ming, I got a message for you.
Stop!
As you can see, he was a little bit too preoccupied with that woman there to figure out what we were doing here. And now we get to chase after Ming. It's going to be great. What we can do is chase after him, catch him hopefully, and figure out how these cinematic actions are happening in slow motion while Wei is doing his stuff. But more realistically, we're going to figure out... Oh, he just killed someone there. We're going to figure out why the hell this guy's telling us to fuck off. And I take stuff like that personally, even though it's, you know, just me. But we're going to catch up to him. Basically, how these chase scenes happen is you'll get pretty far chasing them. You'll never be able to catch them right off. But you'll get to a point where all of a sudden you'll just have to start combat. And that's pretty much... Oh, I just jumped on top of a chicken there. And that's pretty much how the chase scenes work. So you run, and then they get to a point, they'll turn around, and they'll try to confront you with either thugs or themselves. As you can see, he stopped right here and pushed a guy into me, and we can't obviously tackle him right now, but he's going to lead us to a nice little point here, and we're going to be able to hopefully take him down. In the name of Winston, yeah, we're going to be able to crash through that pretty easily. And he's going to run off, leave his boys, quote-unquote, with us, but honestly, I'm not thinking that it's too bad of a deal here. I'm going to throw you right into this garbage can. Oh, I guess not. But we're going to fight you nonetheless. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to stop clipping through your mate and just allow me to kick you in the face? Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I feel like I don't have as much counter window as I had before, but maybe that is a move that you get from getting face level, because that is a complete possibility. So I'll figure that out as we go along here. And enjoy yourself right there with Wei Shen bringing down the hammer. As you can see, we got our get some little bit of health back because... Okay, why are we putting him in the gangster? I don't know. In the dumpster, not the gangster. But anyways, we're going to continue right on with our chase with Ming. It'll give us a little bit of time of health regen, even though our health isn't that far down.
It's one of Winston's guys! Take him out! Fuck you up!
But it even looks like Ming has a knife, and that's going to make things very, very interesting for us. And yeah, you can do that. And that makes me pretty happy. You can do some really interesting stuff with the environment in this game, and I believe there's a really interesting environmental way we can take people out in this part of the level. But your head is going to enjoy the company of that fan, and your head is going to enjoy the electricity of that electricity box. So it's great. As you can see there, we got some interesting... You got 100 points with that counter. We must have countered a pretty important guy there. Yeah, he's pretty afraid. As you can see, the effect of our face meter there. Yeah, I really do like the counters in this game. Yeah, you don't want to challenge me either. Just trying to boost as much Triad experience as I can, because it comes into effect later in the game, as you will see. The Triad experience you will see goes a little bit... It sort of feeds a little lower than the other one, but that's just how things go. Now, Ming, it's time for you to die. Well, at least kind of get damaged a lot, even though the knife hurts a lot. Okay, do I want to keep messing up my counters? I guess I do. There we go. There's another counter for us there. Kick you down. Wait for you to get up and we'll counter you once more. Gosh darn it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, we got our face meter too. Get some increased damage. Yeah. That's your arm that you felt right there break. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't stab me anymore. that hurts. So please don't do that. But it looks like we took down Ming.
Dog guy's gonna kill you.
Fuck dog eyes. Winston owns this area. You fuck with us, and you'll regret it.
Okay, okay. But please, make sure Dog Eyes doesn't kill me.
Ah, fuck. Hey, hey, watch it.
Wei Shen, I'm Inspector Tang. You have quite a rap sheet here. Multiple arrests in San Francisco, alleged ties to organized crime, and now you're here, enforcing for the Sun On Yi. You know, you don't have to throw your life away like this.
Your concern's really moving. I appreciate that. I'm suddenly realizing I should have never dropped out of art school. I could have made it. I could have been a real somebody. Thank you for showing me the light, officer.
I want to give you a chance, Shen, but you have to work with me. Then maybe I can cut you a deal. Oh, Superintendent, I'm in the middle of an interrogation.
Inspector, there's been a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding, sir.
As your superior officer, I'm instructing you to release this man.
But sir, I have it on record that he's Sun On Yi.
I understand that.
I can't simply just cut him loose. I mean, you're asking me to release a criminal with known connections to the Triad, and not only is it
Well,
against
for God's
protocol...
sake, Tang, he's one of us.
What?
Jesus, Pendrew, let me get the door. There are a few badges outside who didn't hear you.
It's all right, Wei. We can trust her.
Trust her? I just met her.
Congratulations, Tang, so now you know. Maybe now we can make sure that we're helping Wei, not making his job harder than it already is, hmm?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
No, you don't. Now see yourself out.
Permission to speak freely.
Denied. You need to be more careful, Wei. Much more careful. I can't bail you out like this again.
Sir,
I don't want to hear it. Just be careful.
As you can see, we've introduced ourselves a new character here, Inspector Tang, who is under Pendrew, who is pretty much the leader of this whole operation, the whole organization, the police there. And you do know our handler as well, so they're all going to be sort of in it, in the thick of things, if you will, and it's going to be kind of a strain on everyone's emotions and stress as things go into the future here. Once you'll see the dynamic a little bit later. You know, I want to spoil too much, but it's really cool to see all of them interact at once.
American gangs, the Asian ones, don't compare to the Triads.
I don't like this cocky little fucker.
You need to be more careful, Wei. Much more careful.
And much like we saw in Dishonored, there's a lot of breaks where you're actually allowed to sleep and, you know, just kind of relax, which is kind of cool. And there's just a lot of different things that all happen right at once, so it's kind of hard to keep everything together, if you will. But this is our apartment for now, and this is the rest of the game's tutorial. This is our map here, and you can see the map is actually fairly expansive. It's actually not bad at all. We're not going to be going to Aberdeen or Kennedy Town or Central very soon. We have a lot of stuff to do in North Point, so that'll be good for us. But right now I want to pray at this health shrine and pretty much just let you guys know that this is going to be our base of ops for a while. And as you can see there, we have a nice little parking garage, scenic, right outside our house. So that's great. We can grab a car whenever we want. If we want to do missions, that's always a good thing. As you can see, we could cycle through. We have plenty of different things to do. The cases are involved with Inspector Tang, and you have a couple of other favors, as you can see in the area, you can cycle to once we get this car, I'm sure. But let's get our car. A 270DX, a nice little Class B motorcycle. I love it. Look at this. We finally get our driving tutorial there, as you can see. Oops, sorry, bud. As you can see, the gas is, you can see all the tutorials in front of you. I don't really need to explain it too much, but the one thing that a lot of people found confusing at first is, well, this is Hong Kong, isn't it? We have to drive on the left side of the road, and coming from someone who was born and raised in the United States of America, we drive on the right side of the road here, so it's kind of crazy trying to deal with all that garbage and try to not hit stuff at the same time, as you can see. So there's our quick driving tutorial. Let's just drive around here. Let's see if we can do this. Actually, let's see if we can do this Can we get this favor? Yeah, let's pay the hospital bills really quickly. Wonder what this one actually is. I can't exactly remember, but this gets this face meter, and I'll show you the different unlocks you can get right after we do this favor, since I believe we'll be able to access that in the menu. So let's run upstairs. Ooh, that was very close. Let's run upstairs here and talk to this guy here. As you can see too in the bottom right, there are these social games that you can sort of compete against your friends to get the best stats, and you get medals based on how many of the stats you've done. But here we are, we're back up in the night market, I believe, even though it's, you know, in the daytime, sort of a Deus Ex sunglasses at night kind of thing. But we're back in the night market when it's not so busy and crowded, and we're gonna do this guy's favor for him. Let's see what we can do, and we'll do what we can. Actually, it's looks like a lady.
What do you want?
Mrs. Chu suggested I talk to you. She a friend of mine. I need a favor.
What do you need?
My husband is in the hospital and I can't pay the bills. The only thing we have of any value is our car.
You want to sell it?
No, I want you to run it in the harbor. Our insurance is really good.
Okay.
And there we go. Our first favor outside the easiest favor in the game is, of course, a little bit of insurance fraud. So that's a great thing here. And these are what's called lock boxes. You can open them up, and there's some that are actually locked where you have to pick the lock, but these lock boxes will give you various amounts of cash as well as clothes, and there's a ton of them scattered around the area. So what you have to do is basically sort of get as many as you can. So you need that to complete 100% of the game. So let's go drive this car into the harbor, since we have to get to the harbor without damaging the car too much. So we have to be kind of nice on the car. You can use the horn with the right stick, as you'll probably hear, but I can't because I don't have my volume up. But we obviously don't want to break the car as well as hit other people. But here we go. It's time to drive this mother trucker into the harbor. Oh, that was close to me. I almost ran into a wall. That would have been the end of that mission for sure. Let me assure you of that. And here we go. Let's drive it right out into the harbor. And we'll torpedo the car right into there. We did ourselves the favor. As you can see, we get some nice little face level for that, and we can return the game. You didn't get much face level for that, but you get a lot of face level for other things. So I want to show you now the different stat upgrades you can get here. You go to your game log, or I'm sorry, you go to the statistics, excuse me, and you go to collectibles. No, is it assets? I can't. Maybe not. Maybe, you know what? Maybe you can't. Maybe I don't want to right now. Maybe I can't even tell you. What I can tell you is that we don't have a car, so let's go back on this nice little speedster here. And I believe there's another favor for us to take care of here just really quickly. So, we do not want to drive into many walls here, as you can see, especially around the policemen. We don't want to make them, they're very excitable in Hong Kong, as you can see. There's actually kind of nice little things you can do in this game as well that I'll show off as you go with the driving. But let's do this last favor, and then I think we'll call it a day. So what's going on, dude? Let me help you out really quickly.
What do you need?
A ride, but in a second.
Okay.
And there we go. Calvin wants to get out of here. The cops are going to be hot on our tail, and now we can learn how to ram with our car. As you can see, his name is Calvin. He's going to be coming back. Don't worry, we're going to be doing this favor, but in the future, we will see Calvin make a return. I believe the only way we can escape the cops here is not by outrunning them, but by ramming them. But you never know. As you can see, they'll keep following on our tails here. And normally at level 2, you'll just get 2 cops following you tirelessly. So let's see if we can just sort of slow down so the cops can catch up to us here. The AI is kind of crappy, so sometimes the cops are just really bad. But there you go. We rammed our first cop. We pretty much just destroyed him. And there we go. We are going to be able to drop this guy off anywhere, and that is going to be the end of that. Very nice. So that is our second favor complete. As you can see, you kind of just truck through this stuff. You get money to buy cars and clothes and things like that, and you should be all set and ready to go. There's even another favor we could do, but right now, as I said before, we're going to take ourselves a little break. This will be the end of the first session of Sleeping Dogs, our Let's Play here. This has been DuffKing56. I'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Peace out. Bye, guys. And with that, you've watched another episode of my Sleeping Dogs Let's Play. Thank you so much for your continued viewership. If you want to let me know anything about the game or anything that's on your mind, feel free to leave a comment. And if you want to stick around, feel free to subscribe. I'll see you next time. This has been DuffKing56.